Smart contracts are coming to Kaspa. If you look at the official website of Kaspa, you can see that smart contract implementation is currently in development. Project Sparkle was introduced late last year, and developers at Kaspa, led by Crypto Aspect, are expected to implement smart contracts onto the Kaspa network in summer of 2025. If you've been hodling Kaspa for the ups and downs just like me, you probably want to know how this can affect Kaspa's value over the long run. And we'll go through all of that today in this video, but before I continue, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. It's free and you can change your mind at any time. I'll say right off the bat that this is in fact a very bullish development for Kaspa. As I've talked about in other videos, the reason for this is because of use cases. Smart contracts are what is going to bring users and developers onto the Kaspa network, which will bring more liquidity and therefore more growth. But what is a smart contract? So a smart contract works in a similar way to real-life contracts, where there's certain rules and obligations the individuals named in the written paper contracts are expected to adhere to. They're very similar in that regard, the big difference being that smart contracts are all digital. They're written in code, and once they're written, they're deployed onto the network. By being deployed onto the network, this ensures their immutability and security, as the contracts are validated by decentralized networks of nodes, just like how blocks are validated by the miners on the blockchain, or block DAG if we're talking about Kaspa. The advantage of smart contracts is that unlike paper contracts, which could take days, weeks, months, and even years to take effect, smart contracts can execute their actions sometimes instantly, greatly reducing the time commitment from both parties involved. With Kaspa being a fully decentralized proof-of-work network, the smart contract implementation would be a trustless system, meaning there is no need for a third party. Predetermined function of the smart contracts are being validated by the decentralized network of nodes. Smart contracts would allow Kaspa to implement many functionalities that would make it, alongside the upcoming Crescendo hard fork, the fastest, most scalable proof-of-work network in the world, making it ideal for developers. These functions include DeFi protocols, i.e. trustless token swapping and exchanging on decentralized exchanges, creating an ease of use between platforms. Smart contracts would also allow the use of DAOs, which are decentralized autonomous organizations. These are projects that are driven by the communities behind them, consisting of voting systems to be implemented and executed upon by the smart contracts depending on the votes placed by the community. Huge for decentralization. On top of this, they're backed by the proof-of-work consensus, which we talked about in my last video discussing the difference between blockchain and block DAG. The video will be somewhere on the screen or will be linked in the description below if you want to learn more about this. But in a nutshell, what this means is that one single entity is prevented from modifying the contract through the proof-of-work mechanism, as in order for this to happen they would need to control a majority of the nodes, a very costly endeavor. Like paper contracts, once certain agreements are reached, for example, the verification of a payment being received, the contract will then execute the predetermined agreements. There are several smart contract platforms out there worth a whole lot more than Kaspa in terms of market cap that ultimately sacrifice scalability, security, or decentralization. And with the trilemma, you often can only have two of the three. This is different with Kaspa, with Kaspa being the only cryptocurrency that solves the trilemma. A fully decentralized proof-of-work, layer 1 network with no insider pre-allocations. That is also soon to be brought from 1 block per second to 10 blocks per second. The addition of these smart contracts would be a game changer for the Kaspa network. We've already got layer 2 applications that are currently in development, such as the most notable one, Igra Labs, who are building an EVM-compatible programmability layer on top of Kaspa. This essentially is a layer 2 that, among other things, offers interoperability of smart contracts between chains, whether that be Solana, Ethereum, or any other network. I'll make a video about Igra Labs in the future, as they're building some great things. Their Twitter page will be linked down below for anyone that wants to look into them a bit more. Highly suggest you do so. So in summary, smart contracts are what will make Kaspa a network that can be built on and used for many applications. Because of this, developers all over the world will flock to Kaspa when they hear of its lightning-fast speed, near-zero cost transaction fees, combined with having never had an outage even with handling 13 million transactions in a single day. To all you out there who are worried about Kaspa dipping in price over the last couple weeks, Do the research, know what you're buying and holding, then and only then will you see this dip as a blessing, as you can accumulate more Kaspa over time for less. Now if you are going to be buying Kaspa, you should never hold your tokens on an exchange or a hot wallet for the long term. Not your keys, not your crypto. You should instead store it on the Tangem hardware wallet, a safe and secure hardware wallet that offers the swapping and storage of hundreds of cryptocurrencies available out there. It's the one I've been using myself, not just for holding my Kaspa, but all my other tokens from other networks that I've been buying over the course of the last couple of months. It's super affordable, their customer service is some of the best that I've ever come across, and if you use the link in the description, you will get 10% off your order. That's 3 cards, and you can even buy a ring now, which I think is pretty cool. But anyways, that marks the end of this video. Kaspa is still going strong. Despite the dip, we're still gonna hold. Remember guys, health is wealth. You cannot buy health like you can buy crypto. Always look after your mind and body. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and turn on notifications. And with that, thank you all for watching. Have a good one.